The village of Lifta is just 1 kilometer northwest of Jerusalem al-Quds. In 1948, some 2,500 Palestinians were forced out of their village following the attack of groups who were trying to take control of the Jerusalem-Yaffa road. Most residents of Lifta have moved to Jerusalem to escape the fighting. This is what remains of the village of Lifta. In their opposition to settlement construction and in an effort to reclaim their land, Palestinians, along with international supporters, have gathered here to voice a message to the world that occupation will not stand and will not go unchallenged. Following the war, Israeli settlers moved to the village. Some of them occupied the homes that once belonged to the Palestinians. Israel recently has announced plans to build luxurious homes to settle immigrants from around the world on small pieces of lands remained of the village. However, descendants of the fallen village have reiterated their intention to reclaim their land. In a remarkable move, Palestinians have filed a number of petitions, including one with the Office of the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, the UNESCO office in Paris, and called on the organization to designate the site as a genuine Palestinian heritage site.
We have launched a campaign against the settlement plan. We have contacted UN agencies and urged them to preserve the site. We have also contacted UNRWA and asked them to help us to preserve our rights as refugees.
With the approach of the annual observance of what Palestinians call a Nakba Day, or the catastrophe in reference to the catastrophe that befell on them in 1948, Palestinians seem ever determined to keep the memory of Palestine and pass it on to future generations.
We're here to protest against turning this place to an Israeli colonial settlement.
We came here today to emphasize our attachment to this land. This place is not just about stones and old buildings, it's an idea. We dream of returning to our land.
Several settlers stood by, watching the event and seemed indifferent to Palestinian demands.
This land is under Israel's control and I'm not aware of any Arab living here.
However, there were few Israelis that were among the crowd that were voicing their support for the Palestinian cause of right of return. The event was coordinated by an emerging popular Palestinian youth movement called Youth for Al-Quds or Jerusalem and the people of Lifta. Following the revolution in Tunisia and Egypt and the wave of popular uprising in the region, new Palestinian movements are emerging to liberate their land from the Israeli occupation. Ibrahim Husseini, Press TV, Lifta.